So yeah, the new melee mods are pretty damn good if I may say so myself. And now, this is the build I was using on my Telos Boltace in all the clips, and it looks crazy, but I'm gonna explain it, okay? So it has Prime Pressure Point for more damage, Relentless combination, which adds a combo hit whenever a slash proc ticks on an enemy, Condition Overload, which adds 60% bonus melee damage for each status proc on the enemy, Healing Return, which heals you for a tiny little bit every time you hit an enemy that has a status proc on them, Virulent Scourge for status chance and toxin damage, Primed Reach for more range on the weapon, as well as the pulses that you get on the slide attack, Drifting Contact, which adds more combo duration and more status chance, and finally Blood Rush for some critical chance, since we're gonna have a really high combo multiplier. And I'm using it with my Valkyr Prime build. I've just modified it a little bit. I removed Rejuvenation and added in Stand United. Now, out of all the things that I've tried in the Simulacrum, Corpus Techs were the only unit that managed to kill me, because even though I have over 2000 armor, their Supras still hit for like half my health. So they're pretty much unkillable without stealth or like Wukong or something. But other than that, I was pretty much immortal even against the Rathum Executioners. So even though I sacrificed a little bit of damage to gain some healing, which then made me immortal, I'm very happy with it, because, you know, when you're dead, you don't do an awful lot of damage, right? Now, the reason why this build works, even though it looks really weird when you look at it, I mean, it doesn't have an attack speed mod, it's only using one elemental mod, and it is a combination of crit and status, is because when you do the first slide attack, it's gonna spread a lot of slash around, and that's gonna skyrocket your combo counter, which gives you the crit. And just sliding around like that is enough for enemies up to level 70-ish. Every time you do a slide attack, you're gonna get a slash proc, and sometimes you're gonna get a toxin proc, which just adds to the damage. However, once you go over level 80 and you start fighting things like this, which is 20 level 120 Bombard, the slide attacks are still pretty good, but actually fighting the enemy becomes much better. You still want to do the slide attacks because that's still gonna give you loads of slash procs and therefore a high combo counter very fast. And also, let's not forget that it's gonna heal you every time you hit the enemies because they already have a slash proc on them. But what becomes the most damaging thing against enemies like this is simply smashing them in the face as fast as you can. You're gonna get healed every time you hit them, once again, thanks to this baby. But since we have a slash proc, a toxin proc, and a puncture proc on them, we're gonna do 180% extra damage with everything, thanks to this baby. And that does include the slash and toxin procs, and toxin procs will stack up and up and up, just adding more and more damage the more you hit the enemy. And we also have Blood Rush, which is constantly increasing our critical chance as we build our combo counter. So even though the first slide attack will leave behind a slash proc that does like 20 damage to the bombards, once you build up your combo counter so you get some crit and you increase your damage because you proc toxin, puncture and slash on the enemy, you're gonna drop them pretty damn fast. And if you combine this with Valkyr with a really tanky build like I'm doing here, you're pretty much immortal while you're doing this as well. Now, if you want to get your hands on these puppies, they're actually not that hard to get. Healing Return is a rare drop from the Infested Crawler, and Relentless Combination is an uncommon drop from the Ancient Disruptor and Tarn Mutualist Moa, so you can farm essentially any Dark Sector mission or any mission on Ares. But the two missions that I would recommend personally is either Herakon on Pluto or Akkad on Ares. And Condition Overload is a rare drop from the Drakkar Butcher, so you can farm any mission on Uranus, but the one I would recommend is Ophelia on Uranus, which is a pretty decent survival mission. And that's pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!